This is part 2 of Quilt Roadies, Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. This is the latest I've ever done a video. It's like, what time is it? It's after 6. I have been busy, I've been busy all day due to a little bit of poor planning on my part, but it turned out great. I had scheduled a window washer because we can't get up to the tall windows in our house. And a nice young man showed up, and I forgot it was scheduled for today. Of course, we are getting ready to go on a family camping trip, so it was quite chaotic today. Let me just say, it was quite chaotic. But I'm ready to sit here with you and do part 2 of the Quilters Affair and the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. So, let's see, where should I begin? The show was fantastic. It was, as I said in the previous video, it was a perfect temperature day. We are used to whatever weather is given to us, that is what we deal with. But I have to say that this year was a banner year, absolutely a banner year for weather. And everybody was enjoying themselves. I did not hear the fire truck or ambulance having to do any kind of heat exhaustion rescue, so that is a win. So I wanted to show you what I added to my stash and also what I found in my stash. So you will have seen somewhere in this video, not sure where G will put it, but one photo that is a pile of things that I am making to fundraise for my favorite botanical garden here in Portland at the Pioneer Quilts annual yard sale, and I have a table at the yard sale, and so I keep adding to that pile. I think I'm going to have a good amount of stuff. So if you are in the Portland area, please stop by August 15th. I have kits, patterns. I have not gone through the fabric yet. And no, that does not mean I am going to stop quilting. No. It just means that my tastes have evolved and I was inspired by things that I saw at the show. It was truly, and if you haven't seen the previous video, that show was really awesome. And I appreciate all of you that commented that we did a good job in showing you the show. Yeah, I am blessed because I live here in Oregon, and I used to live on that side of the mountain, but it's not that hard to get over there. And so it's kind of like a bucket list thing. And I enjoy, can you tell I'm pooped? I'm absolutely pooped. But I wanted to show you everything that I got during that week. It was wonderful to hang out and stay. We shared lodging. Cheryl, A Maker's Life, and Janine, the proprietress of Acorns and Threads in Portland. And many of our stitchy friends, our cross-stitch stitchy friends, came up for Quilt Show Day. So it was just like being at home. It was like being here. This year's poster, and they printed on t-shirts, they printed it on bags. I ended up with 2 bags because I took a class with Sue Spargo and I sat at a wonderful table everybody was sharing thread and beads and fabric. My friend Beth, who was taking the class with me, we were late to class, and so we didn't get to sit together, but she also enjoyed her table. And then two of my quilt fabric stalker long-time quilt group were on the table behind me, so it was like old home week. Let me tell you, it was like home. Yeah. And it was another project by Sue, and I am so glad I took it because it reignited that passion for spargoing stuff, you know, fabric. I talked or texted with Jane and Lori. We decided, since we are the fabric stalkers and we do have a yearly retreat, that we would set up a program for, it's like a 12-step program, but for spargoing, that we would do one sand dollar a month, stitch one sand dollar, so we get that project done. I have many Sue's projects that are in progress, and but we thought we would kind of help each other get through that. And taking the class and seeing everyone else stitching, it just kind of, yeah, set the flame on fire again. And our class was a vase class, which I didn't have the kit before I went to the class, so I wasn't quite sure of the size. It was actually a small wall hanging. Mine is about 3 times the size of the kit, but that's okay. I always wanted to take the indigo vases class, but it never worked out in my schedule, and this was just one vase, which made it very nice. And so here's what I've worked on. I was lucky enough that Jane, my friend Jane, had a whole bag of stems made up, so it helped me get a jump start on my, yeah, so let's see if you can see the little bit of stitching I did. But I felt good. I felt good about it all, and did some ruching. Yeah, it's this will be a great little wall hanging or pillow. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to keep working on it and on my sand dollars. And I had my Sue Spargo wallet. This is by Yazzie, and I decorated it. I spargoed it up this previously, and then it had it has all my needles, needle minders, scissors, threaders. I just love this little thing, so that really helped out in the class. But like I said, because I mean, when you take a class, you are gifted a bag with the current year's poster artist rendition for the year. And I have to say, I love every year, but boy, did this one just, isn't that gorgeous? So they put this on t-shirts and in bags. And here's what I'm going to do. I am going to cut this bag up because I'm going to make a zippered project bag out of it. I lucked out because I was a student, so I got a bag because I was a student, and then I got a bag because I was a teacher. And so if I ruin it, I won't be out of bag, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And when the teachers are given a bag, it is filled with goodies. So it had all kinds of snacks and candy, and we got a ruler, a cutter. Ooh, there's chocolate in there. A stitching post thread cutter. I'm really happy about that. And I received some awesome little gifts. Cute bee fabric and a hexie needle book. And it's so cute because it has all kinds of stuff in it. And isn't that really cute? You can never have too many needle books. Just saying. Yeah. Also, a friend stopped by, and Victoria obviously has been a friend for a long time because she knew that the fabric stockers were supposed to do a license plate. Remember when the license plates were at all the shops, and when you traveled across the United States, you could pick up a license plate. They would have designed it for their state, and then you could make it into a quilt. Well, my fabric stockers collected the license plates, and we said we were going to do something with it, but we haven't so far. But this one is very tempting, because back in the day when I first started this whole internet, connecting up with other quilters all over the world, I was only known as the Woolly Mammoth. And that was because I loved wool, stitching wool, anything wool. But when I went to figure out my internet name, every variation of Woolly Mammoth was taken except for the one with IE. So that became my blog, which I'm slowly reigniting that blog and am going to start writing more regularly. But she gave me this license plate, row by row. Thank you, Victoria. And a beautiful little journal that had a bee on it. So this is from Idaho. Homegrown quilts. Yeah. Okay, when I got, here's my badge. Teachers' badges had that bright Quilters Affair 2026. It's hard to believe. Hard to believe. So I just wanted to show you everything. I want to show you everything. I bought this panel at the Stitching Post because it was so beautiful. You can order it there. I just thought I could make project bags, or I could make a throw quilt. Look at the hummingbird. Can you see the hummingbird? And it just had beautiful things written on it. She always had to stop for roadside poppies. And poppies were the California flower. Come forth into the light of things. Let nature be your teacher. William Wordsworth. And then plant, garden for the bees. And that's what G and I do. We have a whole bee garden. So I had to get this panel. It just made me smile. And right now, I want to have more opportunities to smile. Oh, did you see I picked up my bee quilt from Sandy Lakowski, who quilts over at the Quilt Basket in Bend, Oregon. She did a fantastic job. Now I have to decide how I'm going to bind it. It's a circle, and I don't know if I want to add another by doing a binding, or if I want to face this. I'm not quite sure. So that is a decision for another day. Yeah. So I have this panel that I got, and I bought some other fabric. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I did pick up a couple of postcards. I thought this one was great. This was made by Chris Ball in Sisters, Oregon. I just love it. I just love it. And then this is so beautiful. And this is made by Jacqueline Dwight in Boise, Idaho. So both of those postcards came home with me. And while I was walking around the show, there were all kinds of fundraisers that were going on. And one was with the fire department, and if you bought a certain number of tickets, then you could pick a pincushion to have. And so a wonderful, wonderful stitcher made all these pincushions for a fundraiser. So naturally, yes, I was going to definitely, I would have donated anyway, but really, a pincushion because I donated? Look at that guy. There he is. This is incredible because this little owl is made from old clothing. So this jacket here has a zipper, and there's an old charm and a hook for his nose and button eyes. How clever is that? I just love him. I love him. And while I was there, I had to pick up my flatter. I love this stuff. I absolutely love this stuff, better than starch. And this one flavor is Pineapple Grove, so it's going to smell good around here. And then I saw this fabric. The Stitching Post, back in their classroom, they turned their classroom into part of the store because there's so much product with getting ready for the show. And this fabric is like a kind of a heavy, like what the bag's made out of. It's like the fabric that these bags are made out of. But this is so fascinating. It has all these historical photos or labels, news items. It's just the coolest thing. And I thought I could maybe make a project bag out of it. So I got a piece of that. And then, you know how I like Villa Rosa designs. I mean, you can't go wrong for $2.50. I mean, really? And I have a lot of panels, and I thought this particular pattern would be something that would really showcase a panel well. So I picked up that card. Okay. And then we were also given a gift card to Bedouins. Bedouins is this fantastic shop in Sisters. They carry, it's kind of like a really fun boutique. You can get clothing there, purses, jewelry, gift items, decor items. It's one of those shops. Well, there isn't a shop in Sisters that you shouldn't stop in. They are all just really wonderful. But we were given a gift card. All the teachers were given a gift card to Bedouins. And I fell in love with this pack of cards, which is really funny because these cards come from Portland, Oregon. Yeah. But I just love you get 4 different choices. Because after reading the correspondence, I feel the need to write. I think that's why I want to revive my blog, is that I want to write letters and I want to express myself in a different way. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Where are we? Almost at the bottom of the pile. Our paycheck, the teachers' paychecks come in these beautiful Valerie. I wanted to buy one of her artwork. She had artwork for sale in the Stitch and Post, but by the time I got there, literally every single one had sold, because there's no one that does a crow or a raven better. And so now I have at least a card. Yeah. So when I got home, the surprises didn't stop there. And oh, I forgot to show you my friend Beth. She is so talented. She's a stitchy friend, and I think I've talked about her before because, oh my gosh, her husband's G also. He makes the best scones ever. Yeah, so when we're blessed enough to have one of his scones, it's a good thing. But she gave me a needle book that she had made, and look at this. She crocheted. It's amazing. So look at the front. Is that not? As a commemoration to Sisters, so on the back it says Sisters 2026. Yeah. And then I got a little, oh, there's a pin cushion there, and then all these pages, and I have the stickers from Sue Spargo that designate the needle sizes that I'll attach to here. And then there's a little envelope that holds other little things like little scissors or, yes, it's fantastic. I love it. And it came in this perfect little box that made it look like a pastry. I mean, look at this box. I mean, wouldn't you think that there's chocolate or something in there? So I'm still trying to catch up. I came home, my mailbox had a Quilt Folk magazine, the latest edition. This is the National Geographic for quilters. Let me just say, it is, yeah, every single one has been just awesome. And my friend Chris, who she always enters the most amazing. She lives in Ohio, and she enters a quilt in the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show, and they always blow you out of the water. But this year's quilt just stopped people, you know, because the story's written on a paper that is attached to the quilt. And this is Julie's quilt, her sister who passed away. And she made this quilt, the quilt blocks all had the handprints of all the family members, like, you know, her sisters, her children, her grandchildren. Oh, it was, yeah. Quilting really does have a thread through our hearts that connect us all, and occasionally there are quilters that can sew memories into the fabric, and Chris definitely is one of those. And she was deciding, because a lot of changes in life, you know, she's getting a little older. She's not as old as me, but she's decided to close her Etsy shop, and so she has everything for sale there. And so Janine and Cheryl and I immediately went to the site and bought a bag. And look at this bag. Just call me crafty. Yes. I'm crafty. I hope that the algorithm chooses this photograph for my picture. But it's a lovely, and she designed the this whole design. Yeah. Clever, clever. I get why she wants to kind of slow down and retire from making and just make her stuff herself. But boy, we're going to miss that Etsy shop. Yeah. Okay, so following up from this talking head is going to be a slideshow of the Quilters Affair, mostly the Quilters Affair, just some pictures from that time. Sit and Stitch at Quilters Affair is, it really is a blessing, because there are so many people who come back year after year. So they're like they're your friend that you only see once a year, and they just, it's a special time. So really think about it. Think about it for 2027. You won't regret it. And it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time for a quilter. Okay. Stay tuned for some photos. Love you guys. Now I gotta get ready for camping. Talk to you later. And you know, I love you guys.